Commander, you've rained on my glorious parade. For this, I'm sending everything I've got at you. I'm escaping to the one place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism. Space!
For years and years, it was rumored that Kings Island would get its long overdue Giga coaster, but that never seemed to happen. Finally, after much speculation, Orion has been confirmed for 2020, a B&M Giga coaster. Many enthusiasts have already made up their minds regarding their opinions of this coaster, but most can be split into two groups: those that think this will be a great addition to the park, and those who are extremely disappointed. I personally think this will be a good addition to Kings Island's lineup, but I can see where some of that disappointment comes from. Orion will have a max height of 287 feet and a drop of 300 feet. That's right, the drop is bigger than the height. So can we call this a terrain coaster like Phantom? Probably not. But it is interesting that the actual height of the lift hill doesn't go over 300. I think it's the first Giga coaster to do that. Orion does match up its drop height with other Giga coasters like Millennium Force and Intimidator 305, so we're looking at the shortest Giga coaster as far as height. As soon as Orion was announced, I was curious to see how this coaster would set itself apart from Diamondback. We've seen this problem before at parks like Carowinds and Canada's Wonderland, which have both a B&M Hyper and Giga coaster in the same park. Aside from the height difference, the coasters focus on speed and airtime, so to set them apart, emphasis has to be placed on the elements. Right away, Orion caught the attention of many viewers with this unusual banked airtime hill. Most B&M coasters like this would immediately go into a floater airtime hill, but this banks to the side, so we might actually get some hang time off of this. Already, from what I've seen, this is most people's highly anticipated part of the coaster. After that is the familiar B&M turnaround. Now, I don't think this is a hammerhead turn like what's on Diamondback, but it's pretty close. It's unusual to me to see the turnaround so early in the experience. Usually I'm able to identify it as a kind of midway point for most B&Ms, but not here. Now the coaster really places its emphasis on airtime, and most of these hills look really drawn out. Between this and Banshee, Kings Island may as well be called the park of drawn out elements. I just hope this is more comfortable than Banshee. Anyway, back on track. The train goes up into a helix, which often marks the end of the ride, but not so here. This will likely be a good photo location for those watching the coaster, as it goes right next to the lift hill and is immediately followed by a really close-looking near-miss element. Seriously, you go under the lift hill, and I think it's a safe bet that everyone will be lowering their hands at this point. 2 more airtime hills, well, 1.5 maybe, since the second one goes right into the brake run, and that's Orion, ladies and gentlemen. And just like every B&M Giga, the brake run is a new candidate for the world's longest. Like I said before, I think this will be a good addition to Kings Island's lineup, but it's not perfect. The biggest issue that everyone seems to be discussing is the height. Why is the lift hill not over 300 feet? Some say it's due to the cost, but B&M already proved that they could do a taller Giga coaster with Fury 325 at Carowinds, another Cedar Fair park. Sadly, I think I'm going to have to echo what Taylor of Coaster Studios said and agree it's so Millennium Force can still be king of Ohio. Think about it. Cedar Point is the spoiled favorite child of the Cedar Fair chain, and Millennium Force is widely regarded by enthusiasts as one of the greatest coasters ever built. It makes sense that they'd not want to upstage their flagship park. So why not build a Giga coaster that just barely qualifies as a Giga, so the Kings Island GP will be really impressed by it and coaster enthusiasts can go, oh yeah, that was fun. Now, I'm not saying I hate Cedar Point by any means. It's one of my favorite parks I've ever been to, and I've loved every visit I've had there. But I feel like Cedar Fair were really limiting themselves here when they were capable of so much more. This layout looks solid, but as far as height goes, they weren't really shooting for the stars. But for the theme, they were! Orion is themed to a simulated space expedition to navigate through the asteroid belt and locate a new planet in the Orion constellation. Along with this theme comes an entire re-theme of X-Base, which will become Area 72. It actually makes me wonder if Flight of Fear will receive any updates to coincide with this. Guess we'll have to wait and see on that one. Of course, there's no theming during the ride experience, at least not yet, but we can see some around the entrance here, and it's nice to see a space-themed coaster. It'll surely fit in well with the mythical water beast and the giant hornet and Dale Earnhardt and the year 2000. Anyway, those are my thoughts on Orion. I'm very excited to ride it for myself next year, and I'm sure you all are as well. I'm interested to know what you all think of the height difference between Orion's lift and drop. Leave your thoughts in the comments and I'll reply to as many as I can. Thank you all for joining me here on Rampaging Rex Productions, and as usual, I will see you next time.